Welcome back to the channel GZ Coins World, everyone. Today, you are about to dive deep into one of the most fascinating stories in American coin history. We are about to uncover the true value, hidden secrets, and incredible worth of the legendary 1974 Liberty One dime. You might have one sitting unnoticed in your pocket change right now. And guess what? Some of these dimes have sold for an eye-popping $88,000. That's right, a tiny dime, worth just 10 cents when it was made, could now be worth more than a brand new luxury car. So sit tight, because you do not want to miss a single second of this story. Let's begin with the history behind this iconic coin. The year was 1974. America was going through major changes. The Vietnam War was coming to an end. President Richard Nixon was under investigation, leading to the Watergate scandal. Meanwhile, the American Mint was hard at work producing coins that would be used in everyday transactions across the country. Among them was the 1974 Liberty dime, officially known as the 1974 Roosevelt dime. Why Roosevelt? Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, had led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. He had also played a huge role in founding the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio. As a tribute, his portrait replaced the Mercury dime in 1946, and the Roosevelt dime was born. By 1974, the design had already been circulating for nearly 3 decades, but that particular year holds a special place in collector hearts. The 1974 dime was struck in massive numbers at 3 major mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, Denver coins have a small d, and San Francisco coins bear an S. But here's where it gets interesting: not all 1974 dimes are created equal. Some of these coins came out with errors. Some were struck on the wrong metal planchet. Some missed important design details. Others were in such pristine, untouched condition that they became legendary among collectors. One of the rarest and most valuable finds is the 1974 S-proof Roosevelt dime. These were specially made for collectors, carefully struck twice to bring out extra sharp details. A flawless proof 70 deep cameo example can sell for thousands of dollars. But the true gems are the era coins, and those in absolutely perfect condition. Imagine a coin that looks as if it had just been minted yesterday. No scratches, no handling marks, perfect luster. These are called mint state coins, and if graded MS68 or MS69 by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, they can fetch enormous prices. And yes, some have sold for more than $88,000. Imagine this: a 1974 dime placed in a coin auction. The bidding starts low. $10, $20, $50. Suddenly, the room heats up. 100 bidders fight for the little silver gem. $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. Before anyone knows it, the hammer falls. Final price: $88,000. The crowd gasps. The winner smiles, knowing they have captured a tiny piece of history. So why are some 1974 dimes so valuable? It comes down to a few factors. First, condition is everything. A coin graded MS68 or higher is extremely rare. Most coins get nicked, scratched, or worn from circulation. To find one in absolutely untouched condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Second, error coins are prized like treasures. A 1974 dime struck off center, double-die errors, or coins struck on a copper-nickel planchet meant for other denominations, all these rare mistakes make a coin skyrocket in value. Third, provenance adds spice. If a coin comes from a famous collection or is associated with a well-known historical figure or event, its value multiplies. But wait, it gets even better. Many people still have 1974 dimes sitting forgotten in drawers, jars, and old piggy banks. Maybe one is hiding in your house right now. Maybe it has been in your family for generations, passed down without anyone realizing its incredible worth. Finding a valuable 1974 Liberty dime is like finding buried treasure. But how can you know if you have one worth thousands? Here is what you should look for. First, check the date and mint mark carefully. Second, examine the condition. Is it shiny, clean, free of marks? Third, consider getting it graded by a professional service. This can dramatically increase its value and make it easier to sell. And most importantly, research recent auction prices. A coin dealer might offer you a quick $50, but at auction, you might get thousands. Right now, in the current collector's market, a 1974 Liberty dime in perfect condition or with a major error can command up to $88,000 or even more. Demand for vintage American coins has exploded in recent years. Collectors and investors alike are hunting for gems like the 1974 dime. Rare coins are considered better than gold by many collectors because they combine historical beauty with lasting value. So, my friends, the next time you find a 1974 dime in your change, do not just toss it aside. Take a close look. You might be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand. Thank you for joining me today on this incredible journey into the world of the 1974 Liberty One dime. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, mystery, and treasure hunting, smash that like button, share this video with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more amazing coin stories. And remember, sometimes, the smallest coins carry the greatest treasures. Until next time, happy hunting and may fortune shine upon you. Would you also like me to create a second, even longer version with a bit more storytelling, interviews, and extra facts about grading, auction houses, and real-world examples? It could make the video even more epic. Would you like that? Our second Liberty dime is 1980p, dear great treasure hunters, coin lovers, and history seekers. Now, we are diving into a fascinating story you absolutely cannot miss. We are talking about one of the most intriguing and potentially valuable coins you might have overlooked in your collection. That's right, the 1980p Liberty dime from the United States. Yes, the small but mighty Roosevelt dime minted in Philadelphia with no mint mark. Believe it or not, some examples of this seemingly common coin have sold for jaw-dropping amounts, even reaching values upwards of $86,000. Stay tuned, because this little coin has a big story to tell. First, let's step back into history. The Roosevelt dime design first entered circulation in 1946, honoring Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who had passed away the year before. President Roosevelt was deeply admired for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and he had a special connection to the March of Dimes Foundation, which aimed to combat polio, a disease he himself had battled. Thus, it made perfect sense to commemorate his legacy on the dime, a symbol of small contributions making a big difference. The 1980p dime continues that proud tradition. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, it featured the familiar portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse side, designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the United States Mint at the time. The reverse side proudly displays the torch, olive branch, and oak branch representing liberty, peace, and strength. But why is the 1980p Roosevelt dime, a coin you might think is common, suddenly a collector's dream and worth a fortune? Let's dig deeper. The 1980p dime is usually made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, with no silver content. Over 735 million of these dimes were minted, making it one of the highest mintage Roosevelt dimes of all time. However, not all coins were created equal. Within this massive mintage, there are rare gems coins with exceptional characteristics that make them extraordinarily valuable to collectors. The coins that bring in the big bucks are those with near-perfect or perfect grades. We're talking about coins graded MS-68, MS-69, or even those ultra-rare MS-70 examples. MS stands for mint state, and these grades are awarded only to coins that are virtually flawless under magnification. Coins with perfect luster, no scratches, no wear, and sharp details. A high-grade 1980p dime, certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can fetch thousands, tens of thousands, and in a few extraordinary cases, over $86,000 at auction. In fact, a spectacularly preserved 1980p Roosevelt dime in MS-69 full bands condition once stunned the coin collecting world by achieving a staggering auction price close to $86,000. Full bands, often abbreviated as FB, refers to the sharply struck horizontal bands on the torch located on the back of the dime. Coins showing full, uninterrupted lines across these bands are incredibly rare, especially for mass-produced coins from the 1980s. These coins represent the absolute best quality among millions, and collectors will pay top dollar to secure these rare examples for their collections or investment portfolios. Many coin experts and professional collectors recommend closely examining any 1980p dimes you come across. Look for coins that have a strong strike, full bands on the reverse, no visible marks, and stunning luster. Even uncirculated coins stored away in drawers, rolls, or old collections could be hiding massive value. But even lower-graded coins can be worth more than face value. A nice example in MS-65 or MS-66 can still sell for $20, $50, or even a few $100 depending on its eye appeal and demand in the market. Here are a few tips for spotting valuable 1980p Liberty dimes. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect the bands on the torch. Look for coins with absolutely no signs of wear, even tiny scratches. Check for strong strikes where all design elements are crisp and bold. Send promising finds to a reputable grading service to authenticate and grade your coin professionally. As of now, here is a quick breakdown of the 1980p dime's potential value. Average circulated condition, still face value, around 10 cents. MS-65 grade, typically around $30 to $50. MS-67 grade, values can jump to a few $100s. MS-68 or higher with full bands designation, you could be looking at several $1,000s. Perfect MS-69 full bands examples. These rarities have reached auction sales of up to $86,000 or more. Imagine something as small as a dime, something you might have sitting in your pocket, change jar, or old coin album could secretly hold life-changing value. It just takes a careful eye, a little knowledge, and a whole lot of curiosity. So the next time you get change back from the store, or you go through that old piggy bank, make sure to check every dime carefully. You never know, that little 1980p Liberty dime could be your ticket to an incredible treasure. Thank you so much for joining us on this amazing journey into the world of hidden coin treasures. If you loved this video and want more exciting discoveries, rare coin histories, and insider tips on building your fortune through collecting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out. This is GZ Coins World, signing off for now, but always reminding you the next great treasure might just be sitting in your hands. Our third Liberty Dime IS 1983D. My dear friends, again back to the place where history and treasure come together. Now we have an absolute gem for you. We are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins you could ever stumble upon, the 1983D Liberty Dime from the United States of America. Trust me, you will want to stick around for every second of this video because we are talking about a coin that could be sitting quietly in someone's drawer, completely unnoticed, yet it is worth a jaw-dropping $83,000 today. Imagine finding a dime in your pocket change and realizing it is worth more than a brand new luxury car. That is not just a dream. It is a real possibility when it comes to the 1983D Liberty Dime. But what makes this little silver beauty so incredibly valuable? Let us take a journey back in time to understand its incredible story, the secrets it holds, and why collectors and investors are willing to pay an absolute fortune for it today. The year is 1983. The United States is bustling with energy. Michael Jackson's Thriller tops the charts, Return of the Jedi hits the theaters, and Ronald Reagan is the president. Amidst all this excitement, the Denver Mint is busy producing millions of dimes. Among those millions, however, a few rare and special coins are born. One particular dime, the 1983D Liberty Dime, stands out from the rest, not because it was meant to be special, but because of a rare mistake and a perfect storm of historical importance. Now, you might be wondering, how can a dime that looks so ordinary be so rare? It all comes down to two important factors. First, the coin was struck on an incorrect planchet, a blank intended for a completely different coin. Second, a handful of these coins were struck without a mint mark or with other striking errors. Combined with the fact that most coins from that era were heavily circulated, finding one today in pristine, mint condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. The 1983D Liberty Dime features the iconic portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek. On the obverse side, you see Roosevelt's left-facing profile, with the word Liberty boldly inscribed along the edge. Below Roosevelt's neck is the motto "In God We Trust," and the year 1983. The small but significant D mint mark appears just above the date, indicating it was minted in Denver, Colorado. Flip the coin over to the reverse side, and you will find a torch flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Around the rim, you will read United States of America and the denomination 1 dime.so. Why is the 1983 D Liberty dime fetching up to $83,000 in today's market? Well, it all comes down to rarity and condition. Very few examples have survived in high-grade mint state condition. The majority of dimes from that year have scratches, wear, and damage from everyday circulation. But collectors crave perfection. Coins graded MS-68 and above are so rare that they can command tens of thousands of dollars. If a coin has an error like being struck on the wrong planchet, it becomes even more valuable. Some errors from the 1983 D dime have been found struck on copper nickel blanks intended for quarters or on thin planchets, making them even more unique. Grading is crucial when determining the value of a 1983 D Liberty dime. A lower grade coin might fetch a few $100s, still impressive for a dime, but an MS-68 example, near perfection, can sell for an astonishing $83,000 or more. In fact, in recent auctions, collectors have battled fiercely to claim this elusive beauty for their collections. If you think you might have a 1983 D Liberty dime, here is what you need to do. Grab a magnifying glass or even better, a jeweler's loupe, and carefully inspect the coin. Look for the D mint mark. Check the surface for full details and minimal wear. If the coin appears flawless with sharp details and a smooth, shiny surface, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have the coin professionally graded by a respected grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their certification can make the difference between getting a few dollars and walking away with a life-changing amount of money. The market for rare coins like the 1983 D Liberty dime is hotter than ever. With more people investing in tangible assets, demand for rare coins has skyrocketed. In 2024 and 2025, auctions have seen record-breaking prices not just for gold and silver, but for rare era coins and pristine mint state dimes. This surge in interest has made coins like the 1983 D Liberty dime highly sought after by investors, historians, and passionate collectors alike. To sum it all up, the 1983 D Liberty dime might look like just another dime, but it holds within it a rich history, a fascinating story of mint errors, and an explosive value that could change someone's life overnight. From a simple piece of change to an $83,000 treasure, it is a true symbol of why coin collecting remains one of the most exciting hobbies and investments out there. So, next time you get change at the store, take a second to check those coins. You never know, you just might be holding the key to your next big adventure. If you found this video helpful and fascinating, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our next treasure hunt. Tell us in the comments if you have ever found a rare coin, or if you are inspired to start checking your change from now on. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep searching, keep dreaming, and who knows, maybe your fortune is just a dime away. Our fourth Liberty dime is 1984p, hidden in plain sight, a coin you might have overlooked. A coin that could change your life forever. Today, we dive deep into the fascinating story of the 1984p Liberty dime, a small but mighty piece of American history. Stay with us, because this little coin is not just worth 10 cents. In the world of collectors, its true value can soar all the way up to a jaw-dropping $82,000. Yes, you heard that right, $82,000. Let us begin this incredible journey. The year is 1984. Across the United States, life was full of exciting changes. The nation was feeling strong economically, technology was beginning to explode, and Americans were dreaming bigger than ever. But inside the U.S. Mint, something simple yet timeless was being created, the Roosevelt dime. First introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, this beloved design remained virtually unchanged for decades, representing courage, hope, and strength. And there it was, among millions of coins struck that year, at the Philadelphia Mint, something extraordinary happened. An error. A flaw. A tiny difference that would make certain 1984 P dimes stand out forever. These special dimes, unnoticed by most, would become legends in the eyes of numismatists, the passionate collectors of coins. Now, the Philadelphia Mint is one of the oldest and most respected minting facilities in the world. But in 1984, it faced tremendous production demands. Millions of coins were minted every single day. In this massive rush, mistakes were bound to happen. The 1984 P dime became one of those beautiful mistakes. Some dimes from this year exhibit rare features that experts believe were caused by misaligned dies, double strikes, weak strikes, or other striking anomalies. Collectors believe that fewer than a few hundred of these rare varieties exist today. And because they are so hard to find in pristine condition, when one surfaces in high grade, collectors are willing to pay a fortune. Let's take a closer look at this masterpiece. On the obverse, or front of the dime, we see the left-facing profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The inscriptions read Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, the year 1984, and a small P mint mark just next to Roosevelt's neck, indicating the Philadelphia Mint. Flip the coin, and you'll see the reverse, featuring a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. Symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. These powerful images, sculpted by John R. Cynic, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time, remind us of America's ideals. But what makes the rare 1984 P dimes truly unique is not the design itself. It is the small mint errors, striking defects, or outstandingly perfect conditions that send their values skyrocketing. Some rare 1984 P dimes are known to have off-center strikes, broad strikes, or missing elements. Others are struck in remarkable mint state condition, known as MS-68, or even MS-69 grades. Imagine holding a simple coin in your hand that, because of a small twist of fate at the mint, becomes worth more than a luxury car, a house, or even a lifetime of savings. Now, let's talk about the money. Because I know you're wondering, how much can a 1984 P dime really be worth? In everyday circulated condition, a 1984 P dime is still just a dime. 10 cents. But in uncirculated condition, with sharp details, no scratches, and brilliant luster, its value shoots up. In MS-65 condition, it might fetch around a few dollars to $20. In MS-67, it could reach hundreds of dollars. But in MS-68, we enter a whole new world. The finest known examples of the 1984 P dime have sold at auctions for breathtaking sums. One pristine example reached a jaw-dropping price of $82,000. That's right. $82,000 for one small, seemingly ordinary dime. Collectors today are desperately hunting for high-grade examples because they know how scarce they truly are. The demand is fierce, and the supply is almost non-existent, wondering if you might have a treasure hiding in your pocket change. Here's what you need to look for. First, check for the P mint mark. That is crucial. Then, examine the coin's condition. If it's worn, scratched, or dull, it's probably just worth face value. But if it looks sharp, lustrous, and flawless, you could be holding something incredible. Also, use a magnifying glass to look for possible mint errors, like doubling on the date or letters, or a weak strike that affects part of the design. Errors plus high grade equals big money, and here's the best part. Experts believe the value of rare coins like the 1984 P dime will continue to rise. As more collectors enter the hobby, and as fewer high-grade coins remain available, prices will climb even higher. Holding on to one could mean not only preserving a piece of history but also securing a financial asset for the future. So, next time you empty your pockets, or search through an old coin jar, take a moment to look closely. That little 1984 P dime you almost tossed away could be worth a fortune. Dreams do come true, sometimes in the smallest, shiniest forms. Thank you for joining us on this incredible adventure into the story of the 1984 P Liberty dime. If you enjoyed this journey through American history, treasure hunting, and the thrill of discovery, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a chance to uncover hidden treasures. Who knows? Your fortune might just be one coin away. See you in the next video. Our fifth Liberty dime is 1995 P, Have you ever imagined that a tiny dime you could find in your pocket might actually be worth tens of thousands of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. What if I told you that a simple, ordinary-looking 1995p Liberty dime from the United States could change your life? Today, we are diving deep into one of the most surprising and valuable modern coins. Stay with me, because what you are about to discover might make you rush to check your old coins right after this video. First, let's talk about the history behind this fascinating little coin. The 1995p dime, also known as the Roosevelt dime, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Designed by John R. Sinnock, the Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away the previous year. Since then, the design has remained mostly consistent. But not all Roosevelt dimes are created equal. Some, like the 1995p, have become the stuff of legends among collectors. The 1995p dime looks ordinary at first glance. It features the familiar profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse side, facing left. The word Liberty is boldly engraved to the left, while the motto "I in God We Trust" is placed just beneath his chin. Below the neckline, you'll find the year 1995. And next to the date, the letter P represents the Philadelphia Mint where this dime was struck. Flip it over, and you'll see the reverse side decorated with a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch representing liberty, peace, and strength. Classic. Iconic. But what makes some of these coins worth a fortune? It all comes down to rare minting errors and high-quality preserved examples. Some 1995p dimes were struck with special flaws, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or were minted in an extraordinary condition called MS 68 or higher. MS means mint state, and 68 is nearly a perfect coin on the grading scale that tops out at 70. Very few coins survive in such stunning condition. Even fewer are recognized and graded by trusted organizations like PCGS or NGC. When collectors spot a flawless coin from a common year, demand skyrockets. Hold on tight, because here's the jaw-dropping part. Some top-condition 1995p Liberty dimes have fetched up to $80,000 at auction. That is correct. $80,000. Imagine holding a coin that small in your hand and knowing it could buy you a brand new car, pay off your debt, or even cover a year's worth of college tuition. Unbelievable, right? But why are people willing to pay so much for one dime? It's a combination of rarity, perfect preservation, and collector obsession. In the coin world, finding a dime from 1995 that has no scratches, no blemishes, no wear and tear after nearly 3 decades is like finding a needle in a haystack. Most coins are tossed into pockets, dropped on the ground, scraped in cash registers, passed through thousands of hands. But a 1995p dime in perfect condition. That is a treasure that defies the odds. Now, if you are wondering if you might have one of these hidden treasures, listen closely. Grab a magnifying glass, inspect your coin carefully. Look for sharp details, a full strike, brilliant luster. Check if there are any strange features like double letters or missing design elements. If you suspect you have a rare example, it is worth sending it to a professional grading service. That small investment could turn into a massive payday. And here's a little secret tip: check old coin rolls from the bank. Sometimes people cash in old coins without realizing their value. Estate sales, garage sales, flea markets, all great places where treasures hide in plain sight. You could pick up a box of coins for a few dollars and discover a fortune inside. It happens more often than you think. Imagine the thrill of flipping through a handful of coins and suddenly spotting that magical P mint mark under the date 1995. Your heart races, your hands tremble, and in that moment, you know you've struck gold. Well, silver technically, but you get the idea. Let me tell you about one lucky collector. A few years ago, a coin enthusiast purchased a bag of dimes from a local thrift store for less than $20. After weeks of searching, they discovered a pristine 1995p Liberty dime, submitted it for grading, and it came back as MS 69 near perfect. That dime later sold at a major auction for a life-changing amount. True stories like this fueled the dreams of coin hunters all over the world. Coins like the 1995p Liberty dime remind us that treasures still exist. They remind us that history is not just something you read about in books, it is something you can hold in your hand, something small enough to slip into your pocket but valuable enough to change your destiny. So what are you waiting for? After this video, go check your pockets, your piggy banks, your old coin jars. Who knows? Maybe you are sitting on a tiny fortune and you do not even know it. And if you enjoyed this incredible story and want more hidden coin treasures revealed, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another exciting episode. Drop a comment below if you have any rare coins or if you are planning to start your treasure hunt today. I would love to hear your stories. Remember, sometimes the smallest things in life turn out to be the most valuable. Keep dreaming, keep searching, and maybe one day soon, you'll be the one holding a piece of history worth a fortune. Our 6th Liberty Dime IS 1998p. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if one of those tiny coins could change your life forever? Imagine holding something so ordinary, yet so extraordinarily valuable, that it could be worth a jaw-dropping $78,000. Yes, you heard that right. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most surprising treasures hiding in plain sight, the legendary 1998p Liberty 1 dime from the United States of America. Dear treasure hunters and history lovers, I'm thrilled you're here, because today's story is one of mystery, history, and unexpected fortune. We are about to uncover the incredible tale behind the 1998p Liberty dime, a small piece of metal with a huge story and a massive price tag in today's collector's market. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's embark on this fascinating journey together. Chapter 1. The humble beginnings of the dime. Let's rewind time to understand how this little coin gained so much importance. The dime, the 10-cent piece, first made its appearance in United States currency in 1796, just a few years after the U.S. Mint was established. Over the centuries, it evolved in design, but always retained its place as a symbol of everyday American life. The dime was small, lightweight, and efficient, perfect for commerce in a growing young nation. But fast forward to 1998, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, yes, the famous P Mint mark you see stamped on coins from that location, was producing millions of dimes like clockwork. Most were destined for everyday transactions, vending machines, and parking meters. But hidden among the millions was a gem. A mistake. A rare anomaly that would one day stun collectors and command a fortune. Chapter 2. The mysterious 1998p Liberty dime. You see, not all coins are created equal. The 1998p Liberty dime is special because of its rarity and its story. While it might look like any other dime at first glance, under closer inspection, experts found that some 1998p dimes had unique errors, microscopic details that set them apart. These details, combined with extremely high preservation quality, turned an everyday dime into a national treasure. Some versions of the 1998p dime showed doubled dies, slight misalignments, or other minting anomalies. Even a tiny error can multiply a coin's value exponentially. And when collectors find a dime in pristine, untouched condition, what they call mint state 68, or even higher, that's when magic happens. Chapter 3. Why is it worth $78,000? Now, you might be asking, why in the world would a dime, a simple 10-cent coin, be worth an incredible $78,000? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and demand. Out of the millions minted in 1998, only a microscopic fraction survived in perfect condition. Coins get scratched, dented, and tarnished just by moving through people's hands, cash registers, and pockets. Finding a 1998p dime that has survived without a single blemish is like finding a needle in a haystack, and collectors today are fiercely competitive. Everyone wants to own the rarest, the best preserved pieces. In a recent high-profile auction, one perfect 1998p Liberty dime sold for an astonishing $78,000, sending shockwaves through the numismatic world. Yes, that tiny piece of silver-colored metal you probably ignored could, under the right circumstances, pay for an entire house. Chapter 4. How to spot a valuable 1998p Liberty dime. Now you're probably itching to check your change, and you should. But spotting a valuable 1998p Liberty dime requires a sharp eye. First, flip the coin over. Look closely at the P Mint mark. It should be crisp, clear, and properly aligned. Check the overall design for doubling, misprints, or slight irregularities around the date or the words Liberty and In God We Trust. Use a magnifying glass if you can. Next, examine the coin's condition. The highest value dimes are completely uncirculated, meaning no scratches, no wear, no dulling. If you think you might have one, do not clean it. Cleaning can destroy a coin's natural finish and can actually lower its value dramatically. Instead, place it carefully in a soft holder and have it professionally graded by an organization like PCGS or NGC. Chapter 5: Current Market Trends and Collector's Fever. Right now, the coin market is hotter than ever. Rare coins like the 1998 P Liberty dime are seeing record-breaking prices thanks to renewed interest from collectors, investors, and even casual treasure hunters. A few years ago, a mint-state 1998 P Liberty dime might have been worth a few $1,000s. But today, with more people seeking tangible assets and physical collectibles, demand has skyrocketed. Some auction houses are even reporting bidding wars for top-grade examples. Prices are expected to rise even higher in the coming years as supply continues to shrink and new collectors enter the market. So if you are lucky enough to find a flawless 1998 P dime, you are sitting on a small but mighty fortune. Chapter 6: The Secret World of Dime Collectors. Believe it or not, there's an entire secret world of dime collectors, people who dedicate their lives to hunting for rare dimes like the 1998 P Liberty. There are exclusive clubs, forums, and conventions where passionate collectors share their finds and bid on rare coins. Collectors often speak of the 1998 P Liberty dime in hushed, reverent tones, knowing that it's one of the crown jewels of modern American coinage. Some seasoned hunters carry magnifying glasses in their pockets just in case they stumble across one at a garage sale, a flea market, or even inside a jar of old coins. It's a thrilling hobby, one filled with passion, history, and the potential for life-changing discoveries. So what are you waiting for? Your fortune could be hiding in plain sight. Check your pockets. Search your drawers. Open those old piggy banks. Because the next great discovery could be just one dime away. And when you find that shining 1998 P Liberty dime, remember, it's not just a piece of metal. It's a piece of American history. A tiny miracle. A story waiting to be told. Thank you for watching. If you loved this journey into the world of rare coins, smash that like button, subscribe for more treasure hunting adventures, and share this video with someone who might be sitting on a hidden fortune. Until next time, happy hunting, and may fortune favor the bold.